So if you're a teacher and your school makes use of Google Workspace for education, and you get to use Google Forms for maybe creating quiz or exam questions, and you find it difficult, you see the whole tedious process of putting in question by question, putting in answer keys, making them required, putting in the points, all those processes, and creating just one exam question for one subject for a class. And you're just looking for a way you can just make this whole process fast, then this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you how you can save all the time, probably an hour or more that you use in creating just a form of maybe 40, 50 questions. You would save it and make these questions for just less than 10 minutes, okay? So you just have to follow me through this process step by step, okay? Or you just have to have, you don't have to pay for anything. It's going to be a free process, okay? All right, so let's go into it. Okay, so you're going to search for form builder plus. Okay, so this is the add-on we're going to be making use of. And you can see it's usually the first prompt that will come out for you. It's under Google Workspace. And then you click on it and you click on install. Okay, so when you click on install, it's going to come up. Now, what this form builder does is an add-on, and it gives only it gives free trial for you to be click on continue for you to be able to create 200 questions, okay, be it multiple choice questions, whatever, for you to be able to create it. Then once you have exceeded those 200 questions, you can't do more than that for that particular account. Okay, except you go and get the pro, and the pro is $99, I think, and that's a lot of money. So you can just make use of this. So what I do is several persons have Google accounts that they don't make use of. So I ask people to allow me use theirs, okay? So just create the forms and that's all. They don't you can just create it using another person's Google account. So now we have installed this. So you would go to your drive, okay? Your Google Drive. From this point where you installed, sorry. From this point where you installed, all you just have to do is create another tab, okay? Or you come to this 9 dots at the top, you look for your Google Drive. So when you open your Google Drive, you would see it's at this extreme end, at this column. You see here where it is written from Beta Plus. So it is from that end that you'll be able to um, make use of it. Now, if you click it open, one thing is you must use only a document on it, not Word document, just Google Doc. Okay. So let's go right into creating some exam questions with this. So I'm having an exam coming up. So I want to create a basic technology exam questions. Okay. And there are 40 of them. So this my account is already exhausted. Now there is a format. Okay. There's a format in which you can upload multiple choice questions or theory questions or whatever question. Okay, but multiple choice questions are usually the more difficult part. So there is a format. If you even click on these 3 dots here, read all through all this and go through this template, you would see the format. If you don't follow that format, your document will not come out as a multiple choice question. Okay, so this is how the format looks like. This is how the format looks like. Okay, if you notice, the questions are in bold, which is not really necessary. And these bullet points, okay, these options will have to come out as in a bullet point, and then the answer keys. Yes, Form Builder does that as well. Okay, they don't only help you put all your questions and options in the Google Forms. They also help you input the answer keys. It helps you get all the questions to be required. It helps you give you all the points. So it does all that. So you make the answer keys in bold. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to do. So I think the most important thing is to make the answer keys. All these bullet points for options, very important. And also to make the answer keys in bold, very important. Okay, then you can decide to number your questions and do any other thing. But it should just strictly follow it, because anything out of the templates, it won't work out. It won't give you multiple choice question. It will generate, but it will generate probably as a theory question, not the way you want to see it. Okay, so this is the format. So how I used to get this format quickly, because I already have all my questions, but they are not written in this format, is that I go to where the questions are. For example, now I want to generate for basic technology year 8. Okay, this format is not looking like the formats that form builders need. Okay, so what I do is I already have a prompt. Okay, a prompt that I use to I just give it to ChatGPT and they help me to put it in the right format. Okay, so I copy all the questions. I copy all the questions. Okay, and I go to GPT. Now this is the prompt I used. You just have to be sort of patient, okay, with such things. Now I uploaded a document that is in the accurate format, okay, and I gave this prompt. I want you to present the questions below in the exact same format of the attached file. Um, Numbering, okay, that's typo. Options A to D, numbering options A to D, okay. Options should be presented as bullet points. You bold the answer keys, okay. And after doing that, GPT gave me something, but it's not exactly what I needed, okay. So I told it to not write the answer keys separately. It usually does that. Okay, but instead bold it in the options like this now. Okay. And so it just kept giving me things until it gave me the accurate thing. So once it gives you that accurate thing, you're good to go. Okay. So it has already given me accurate thing for the first one I did. So I can now paste another one. I would just say I don't have to use all that prompt again. I can just say do likewise. So that is to say the way you did for the previous document, you do likewise for these questions. So I'm pasting it. The process is not that long. Okay. You just have to, the process is not that tedious. Once you just get past this whole GPT thing, it's really a simple, it's because I'm explaining it. Okay. So I tell GPT to do likewise. Okay. Is that the question? That's not the question. I copied the wrong thing. So I'm going back again and I'm saying do likewise. And then I paste the question. Yeah, now this is the question. So it does everything, removes all the unnecessary things, and all you just have to do is to copy the response GPT has given to you and you put it in a new doc. Okay, not a Word document, but a doc, a Google Doc. It's different from Word doc. So this is the response GPT is giving. Electricity can be defined as, okay, so if we go to where we got the questions from, okay, that's really it. And the correct answer is answer B, okay? So when you go to what GPT gave to you, you can see B is already in bold. So it has given you the formats that form builders is going to recognize. Now I've copied it, okay? And then I go back to my Google Drive on form builders. That is where the generation occurs. See, you see, I still have form builder plus. Now what I would do is to click on this new at the top and click on Google Doc, okay? And then I paste what I just copied. Okay. So these are my questions that I want to put in Google Forms. Let me name it B Tech Year 8. Okay. Just give it any random name. So if you can't see the document you just created now, you can refresh, then it will come up. So from here, we click on the form builders. Now we want to start generating. Okay. Now we'll click on this and then we'll click on form builders. Once you click on the form builders, you first click on the document you want to generate. Now sometimes it will refer you back to the previous one that you have generated. Okay, when it does something like this, you deselect it. Okay, and you select all over again. If it's still showing the same thing, you go back and you don't select, then you click on start. Okay, now it's showing BTech 8. Okay, and now you can click on the document again. And then you click on analyze. Okay, now it's giving you your actual sets of questions. You know, the first question was electricity can be defined as, okay, and which was really the question we generated. Look at it here. Okay, so now this is it. One way you can know that it's indeed multiple choice questions, you see it in these circles, okay, and then you can click on this preview to see how your document looks like. Okay, before you go and say create it. Once you create it, you're wasting all your free trials. So you have to be sure of what they are giving you, okay, before you click on create forms. So once this loads, you can see it's looking like multiple choice. Okay. So this is the way form builders will give you the preview. Okay. So another thing we really need to look into to make sure of you scroll down and you click on these advanced features, you show more. These are what will make your work really easy. Okay, so I already put in all my settings. Okay, yes, overwrite the form content. Okay, I really don't usually want to put this on or off. I just leave it where it is. Then shuffle question orders is like an order from my school. You have to shuffle the question order. Okay, and I really don't look at that if it really happens or not, because you can still do that in Google Forms after generating everything. Okay, and retain question numbers. Okay, I also put that on. Return option numbers, okay? Like A, B, C, I also put that on. Okay, collect email address. If you want the children to put down their email address first before starting to answer questions, you can put that on, but I put that off. Then default points, these are the important parts. Default points, okay? I put that on. If you want it to be two, if you want it to be three, you change it here, okay? But it's one. And then make all option types multiple choice questions. And this other part is also more important to me. Make questions as required. That is, if the student does not answer a particular question, they can't submit. So everything is required to be answered before you submit, especially for those learners that are always in a hurry to do fast, fast and just leave. Okay. So when you do the settings to your own liking, then you click on save settings. Okay, mine is already saved. Okay, so we'll come back. And the next thing we do is to click on create. Now we'll click on create. We can decide to name our forms. Okay, so I want to name mine form builders plus because I have a lots of forms already here. So I have to name this. Okay. So I created this will be the name of the form. You can go back and edit it whenever you like. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Then it takes you back here. What you need to click on, don't click on create again. You click on import now. So you let it load, and then you see this. Open it now. So you've gotten your work done. You can see you just saved 40 minutes. Okay. So now look at our forms now. Just look at these red buttons at the top. After that follows each question, it shows that each question is being required. And when you touch each of them, you see this one's already having its answer key ticked. Okay. And you also see the 1 point is also ticked. The total point is 40. So you've done all that all at once. Rather than trying to input your questions one after the other and you're dozing on it, you would wake up, you just get tired and you say, oh, I'll continue later on. Okay. It's not helpful. Okay. So you can also still go on to go through your questions. Okay. And be sure that there was no issue. Okay, but there's likely not going to be issues. All right, so that is how I do it. So you can decide to do the rest of your settings, make it Times New Romance or whatever font you prefer to use. Okay, so that it will look prettier. Then you put the header. If you have a header that you like to put. Okay, so you see it's already looking different. You can choose to put in some other color. Okay, so that is it. You can decide to now edit this. Okay, so you say basic technology examination, you put in the description, ensure you answer all questions or ensure you read through all questions. Okay, and you can put in as most settings, make them to see it immediately or later, whatever thing you just want to do. You can keep on doing it, but the main work is already done for you by computers. Bye bye. I hope you find this video useful. Have any questions or any issues about Google's products, you can come to me because I don't want to call myself the Don, but somehow I'm the Don of Google products. Bye bye.